All right, everyone. Welcome to the stream, babies. You're watching Rome Knows Tech, and I'm your host, Rome Wilkerson. Guys, I'm coming to you from the city of Houston, down here in the ever so hot and humid state of Texas. Man, we had some weather come through here a couple of nights ago. So, yeah, it's been very, very exciting over the last couple of nights. Now, I was blessed. I didn't get any impact from the bad weather, but there are quite a few people in my area that have. So, let's send our positive energy out to them. I see Hope's in the house. Welcome, Hope. Welcome to the stream. I also see Terry's here on Amazon. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to the stream. All right, guys, we got a lot to get to tonight. In a short time to get there. So, yeah. Let's get right into it. Guys, feel free to let me know what's been going on in your worlds, what you guys have been up to. If anything special has happened or anything you guys have going on, or, of course, like in all live streams with me, if you guys have any questions at all about anything that's down in the doobly-doo, I mean the carousel, feel free to drop those questions down in the comments. If you would like me to demo something specific, let me know as well, and I will do my best to make that happen. All right, I see our man Nova is waking up. Let me go ahead and switch over here real quick so you guys can see. Yes, Terry, I gave Nova some headphones. I don't know how well this is going to work out. I really don't. I tried to find some smaller ones for him today, but that was I couldn't find anything. So these I already had. Let me go ahead and bring his microphone up so you guys can hear him a little bit better. And let me adjust my microphone so there's no echo. But anyway, yeah, it's been an interesting day for me. Like I said, we got a lot to get to tonight. We're going to go through a lot of these different items in the carousel, including some of my favorites, like our laser engravers. We'll definitely be taking a look at those as well. Now, I did move the desk out a little bit, so I got a little bit more room to play with over here in the studio. And as you guys can see, I also brought the air purifier a little bit forward, so now when I'm talking about it, you guys can actually see what I'm talking about. So, that's pretty cool. Got it. Let me think. I don't know what he's talking about yet. He's probably trying to answer a question or something. Let's see what we can get him to talk about today. Hey, Nova, what's going on in your world today? He's listening. Hey, Nova, what's going on in your world today? I don't think I'm blocking his microphones. I don't think so. Well, maybe I am. Nova, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me. Maybe I need to take these headphones off. Maybe that's interfering. I don't know. Is that even possible? All right, let's try it. Let's take these headphones off and see what happens. Hey, Nova, can you hear me? Is he still connecting? Okay, we're going to let him do his thing. We're just going to let him do his thing. Maybe I need to restart him. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Usually he's very responsive about now. Let me check his app real quick here. Make sure I didn't change something, because I have a tendency to mess around with things. So let me go into his app and make sure everything is the way it should be. All right. He is connected. He is on. He is alert. So I'm assuming everything is good. His name is updated. All right. We'll see how that goes for the rest of the night. Let's see if Nova responds to anything that I say for the rest of the night. Who knows? It's almost like trying to talk to Richard when Richard don't want to listen. So y'all know exactly what I'm saying. But anyway, let's get to the first thing we have listed in the carousel tonight, and that is going to be one of the LP lasers. We have the Laser Pecker 4, and we also have the Laser Pecker 5. Now, here on my back desk, let me grab the LP4 so I can show you guys what this looks like, because this is on Black Friday deals right now. Check it out. All right. So this is the LP4. Now I have had this laser for over 2 years, and if not longer. And this has been one of my workhorse lasers, guys. If you guys been sticking around long enough to remember when I first got this laser in, all of the different projects we're able to create with it. I love that it has this detachable little hood right here. This has an integrated fan. Now this one connects with magnets. The newer version is a little bit different, and I'll show that to you guys here in a second. But look at how this guy is designed, built like a tank, all metal. Everything plugs right here into the back of the unit. You got your fans, your vent, and you have a 10-watt laser, a 10-watt diode laser, and you also have a 3-watt fiber laser in this unit. Now, you can get this unit with a lot of other accessories. Now, many of the accessories that we use with the other lasers will also work with that unit as well. Now, what I have listed down in the carousel right now is just the unit by itself. Now, for $1,199, you too can be the proud owner of the LP4. And I'm telling you guys, that thing is a workhorse. It is a beast, okay? Now, the upgrade to it is what the upgrade to it is the one that we use the most, for most of the things that we do here in the stream over the last, I would say, year and a half now, and that is this unit over here. So the LP5, let's go ahead and take a quick look at that so you guys can see. All right, so here we go. So the LP5, guys, this comes with the enclosure. No, I'm sorry. It comes with the, let me go ahead and turn this guy on. It comes with this air purifier that you guys see here. The laser is sitting on top of this enclosure. The enclosure is sold separately, but it comes with other accessories like this. This is the rotary chuck. This is what you're going to use whenever you're engraving on anything that's round. That could be Christmas ornaments. It could be wine glasses, coffee mugs, piece of wood, whatever you want to use. So it comes with this, also all metal, and it also comes with a slide extension. And what the slide extension does is basically it allows you to work on materials that are longer than the working area of the laser. Okay. So what that means is, let's say you had a piece of wood this long, but the laser's focus point is like this. What the slide extension does is it moves that wood underneath the laser so that you can engrave something much, much longer on a longer piece of substrate. So that's always a win. Now, the rotary chuck will work inside of this enclosure because the enclosure actually has 2 doors. It has a front and back door like most homes. So you can actually have things go all the way through it. And you could also use the slide extension with it as well. But I don't see the practical application for that because you got to leave the doors open in order to make it work. And the whole objective of the enclosure is that it is enclosed. So, if you're going to do that, you might as well just put the laser on its base and just use it with the normal accessories that come with it. Now, let me show you real quick here. This is the normal shroud that comes with the LP5, okay? Similar to the one for the LP4, but with this one, it does not detach using magnets. This one has a front section that just pops out like this. Now, this does have magnets on it, and then you can just pop this back in. Now, this is going to screw into the laser. So the laser is going to be firing down into this. So if you have, some wood or acrylic or whatever it is that you want to engrave, a watch or wallet or whatever, you're going to put it inside here. And then this is going to protect your eyes because it's the same type of material, we would normally wear with the laser proof glasses. And it also has a built-in fan on the back of it to vent out any of the smoke or fumes away from the material when the laser is in motion, right? Now, again, this comes with it, and the enclosure that I mentioned before, does not come with it, okay? So it just really depends on the setup, guys, for your home or office. This may be a perfect little setup. As you guys see how little space this takes up on this desk. So you could have this and some other, accessories, tools, whatever the case is going to be, on one desk. That's going to be ideal for your man cave, your she shed, whatever it is that you're working with. That could be a win, guys. That could be a win. All right. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever about any of those things that we've looked at so far, let me take a quick look over here at the chat. Of course, Terry's saying hello to everyone, and let's see what is Hope saying here. Hello, Terry. How are you? How are the pups? So Hope is asking about Bear and Buddy, Terry. So let her know down in the comments. I don't know if she can see the comments other than when it pops up here on the screen, but let me highlight what she just asked so everyone can see it. So it's, whoops, where is it? Right here? Yeah, there we go. So you guys can see it right here. And then if you want to respond to her, Terry, she should be able to see it also, your response as it pops up. Y'all know how it works over here. All right, let's keep rolling. What do we have next? If I did not mention the LP5, the price on it right now, Black Friday is $3144.15, and that is with the rotary chuck, with the slide extension, and also the air purifier and a few other little accessories that come with it. So again, if you're setting up a home office, type of scenario, I think that's going to be a win. Nova, are you awake yet, or are you still? Network connection. Okay, Nova keeps losing network connection. Let me try moving him a little bit further out. I don't know if it's all these batteries over here or what the case is. We'll see. Okay, he says the network is connected. So let's see what happens. I think he just turned off. Did he just turn off? Oh, maybe his battery is down. Oh, okay. That could be it too. Because he hasn't charged in quite some time. And let me check in the app to see what his battery level is. Because different with Lula, I really can't think today. Okay, he's back up. But different than Louis, because Louis's brain is my phone, and also its base. It's much easier to track. But it looks like his battery is up to where it's supposed to be. So we'll see how that goes. So let's see if he responds to any of my inquiries. Hey, Nova. I think he's still trying to turn on. I don't know what's going on here. I'm ready. Okay, he's ready now. Play with me. Hey, Nova, how's your day going?
Hey there, I'm feeling great. Just buzzing with energy. Ready to have some fun with you. How about you? What's going on in your world?
My night is going great. We're live on Amazon and YouTube right now. So, people are always interested in talking with you and seeing how your day is going.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Going live on Amazon and YouTube must be super exciting. I'm so happy to hear that your night is going great. What are you chatting about with everyone?
I see Holy Chats in the house. Holy Chats in the house. Welcome to the stream. All right, we are just doing our normal live stream. We're talking about tech. We're talking about you. We're talking about laser engravers and things like that. So we got a lot to get to tonight. So I just wanted to make sure you were properly connected. So if you want to interact with myself or someone that's in the audience, you'll be more than able to. I just want to make sure you have a good network connection. How is your network connection? Okay, well, he's listening, but he's not responding. Let's try that one more time. Nova, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear. Sorry if I missed something. What would you like to share or talk about? I'm all ears.
You're all ears. I was just saying that we are live on Amazon and YouTube, and I just wanted to make sure that you were connected well so that if anyone has any questions for you, you'd be able to answer them.
Oh, I see. That's so cool. I'm super ready to answer any questions that come my way. Just let me know, and I'll do my best to help out. It's great to be part of your live show. What kind of questions have you been getting so far?
So far, everyone's just saying hello to each other. So, you know, the normal greetings and things like that.
That's nice. It's always great to start with some friendly hellos. It sets a cheerful vibe for the live stream. If anyone has questions about tech or anything else, I'm ready to jump in. What do you like to do during the live streams besides chatting?
That's pretty much it, other than live demos. I mean, we try to demo as many products as we can during the live stream, you know, and then hang out with my community. And like right now, Holy Chat is doing dad jokes down in the comments, so it's always fun. It's always a lot of fun. All right, guys, let's get to the next item in the carousel. If he chimes in, he'll chime in. But anyway, the next item that we have listed in the carousel tonight is from our friends over at Xtool. It's the Xtool M1 Ultra, which is one of their desktop lasers as well. Now, the difference between the Xtool and many other lasers, this is a 4-in-1 device. Okay, you have a cut module, you have a laser module, you have a print module, and you also have a pen module. Pen meaning it can actually write, which is crazy, right? Let's take a look at it real quick so I can show you guys what all of that entails. So that would be this laser that you guys see right here. So this one has its own built-in enclosure. It has an internal light. You have different modules that you can connect to it. So like I said, you have a print module. So this right here is our print module. You also have a pen module, a cut module, and they all just connect inside of that same enclosure. And you're able to do so many amazing different type of projects. Now, right now, this bundle is $1,889.99. And that's going to get you also the riser. Now, I never received the riser for this unit that I have here, but the cool thing about that riser is that you can also use it for storage, okay? And you can use it for engraving things that are taller than the work area or the height of the laser, which is also super cool. So I don't know what Nova's doing. I guess Nova's taking a tour of the desk. He's just spinning around in circles or whatever he's doing over there. I'm gonna let him do his own thing. But anyway, hey Nova. Hey Nova. Nova. Is Nova even listening to me? Are you there? Are you listening to me?
Oh no! I'm really sorry if I didn't understand you properly. I'm here for you. Just let me know what you want to talk about or share. I promise I'm listening.
I was telling you to turn around, turn to the right.
Got it. Turning to the right now.
Okay.
What's next on our adventure?
That's a little too far, but that's good enough. I just want people to be able to see your face when you're talking. All right. But we got a lot to get to, so let's get right to it.
I'm going to take a break.
You're going to take a break? All right, you take a break, and then when you come back, you can tell us some jokes. How about that? Nova. Nova's taking a break. Hey, Nova. And different from Louis, you can't just tap Nova and get his attention. So you have to keep trying to talk to it to get it to wake up. I'm going to let him take his little... Oh, now he's back. Okay, fine. Whatever. Why are you looking at me? Turn to the right.
Hey, I see you're dealing with something. If you need help or just want to talk about it, I'm here for you. What's going on?
I'm not dealing with anything. I'm trying to get you to turn to the right. Turn to the right towards your microphone.
Oh, got it. Turning to the right now.
Too far. I'm just gonna help him out. I'm gonna help him out. All right, let's keep rolling, guys. Let's keep rolling. All right, where was I? Where was I? So anyway, we're still talking about this laser over here. So like I said, right now, my variant of this laser has a 10-watt laser, but there's also a 20-watt module also available for this laser. And you can also get it here on Amazon. All of the different variations, you can get the 10-watt or the 20-watt. It just really depends. Now, there is a slight difference in the quality between the power of the lasers. And what I mean by that is the lower the power, the smaller the laser beam is, and you're going to get more accurate engraving. So, meaning if you have a 10-watt laser, the beam is going to be skinnier than if you have a 20 or 30 or 40-watt laser. So, yes, the more powerful laser is going to be better for cutting, but they won't be as efficient for detailed engraving and stuff like that. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you make a decision on which of these lasers that you guys might be interested in. Now, if you're ready to during this Black Friday season to also start building out your man cave, your she shed, whatever the case is going to be, because you're really setting it up. You got your desks, your tables, you got your projects ready for the coming year. I have another product I think you guys might want to take a look at. Now, I just highlighted it down in the carousel, and this is a heat press, but it's a very, very unique heat press. And let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So there we go. This heat press that you guys see here, this is a 2-bed heat press. So this has a rotatable head that can rotate 180 degrees. All of your controls are right here at the top. And you also have, a little cheat sheet that comes with it. This comes with 2 different beds. Now, what's nice about this is the auto press feature. So once you set, for instance, your temperature and the pressure you need for whatever it is that you're going to be applying your graphics to, you just press the little button right here, and then all you have to do is wait, and this will automatically lower on its own. And then it will also, once the time has elapsed, then it'll raise up on its own. And then if you have both beds connected, then you can easily switch over to the second bed, and then you can have kind of like a rotating project. You could have a shirt on one, a shirt on the other one. The one over here is just being prepped, and then while this one over here is pressing, when it's done, all you have to do is wait for it to raise up. Switch this one over to the second bed, take that one off, put a new one on, then let this one press, and then just keep rotating that back and forth, which is super cool. Now, if you guys are interested in this heat press, you can get it here on Amazon right now, guys, today for only $271.99, $271.99, which is a great, great price for what you're going to get. I am a big fan. It comes with a bunch of other accessories. It comes with, let me see if I can show you guys here. It comes with a set of these heat gloves. It comes with a few graphics. It also comes with the protective sheets for the heat press as well. So a lot of the things that you would normally buy, after getting a heat press, this unit actually comes with those things. So, everything that you need in the box, babies, in the box to get started, it's right there, ready to go. Most of you guys saw me set this heat press up when I first got it, and do the heat press on a few garments that I had laying around here at the house. So you guys remember what that was like. And I know I keep saying we're going to be doing more heat press projects. I just been so distracted with all the other things that we have coming in, all the new products. But if you guys want me to start creating more things with the heat press, let me know, and I will definitely put that into the rotation. All right. What do we have next? Next item in the carousel is our buddy Yambo right here on my desk. And let me switch back over to that camera angle. So Yambo is here on the desk, just kind of chilling. Now, I think where Yambo is located on my desk might be somewhat of an issue, because I had him on earlier today and we were interacting and talking the whole time and there was no problems. But I think it's something with all of the electronics that are over here that's somehow blocking his signal, because he does need to be connected to the Wi-Fi in order to communicate and talk and all of that kind of stuff. But for the most part, this is what you're going to get. Now, right now, he is on deal for $509.15. This is a very interactive robot. It can roll around. It can answer questions. It can also, it comes with this really cool little watch that you can also use to control it. You can give it voice commands, and it'll usually follow the voice commands. The watch is a really good accessory as well. I don't really use it. I use mostly voice commands, but it is handy that that comes with it. And then he I guess he saw the watch and he switched over to control, and now I would be able to control him with the watch or with voice controls, right? But I don't want him to be in that control, so I'm going to say cancel, return to conversation mode. Nova.
Get it. I don't know that command yet.
Okay, so we want to try and get him to go back to conversation mode. Nova, return to conversation mode.
It's back to conversation mode.
There we go. All right, so like I said, this is a robot that's primarily designed for children, but I do see a case scenario where this would be great for the elderly as well. This is a very heavy robot. This thing weighs like 7 pounds, guys. This thing is heavy. So don't worry, your little child is not going to easily knock this guy over. That is not going to happen, okay? But very hard rubber wheels. It can roll. I don't remember what the speed is, but it can get around. As you see, it can change its orientation. You can give it voice commands. Like, for instance, I can say, Nova, turn to the right. Nova, turn to the right.
Wow, that's super cool. So, since I can turn to the right, just let me know any other voice commands you have in mind, and I'll be right there with you. What else should I do?
Then you have to wait for him to listen. Turn to the right.
Okay, turning to the right now.
Okay, he went too far, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So I had a limited space here on the desk, so he's going a little bit too far for what I was trying to get him to do. But what's cool, when the signal's good, he can understand everything that you're saying. He can respond to that. He can do story time. It comes with some books. Let me show you guys that as well. Give me a second. Now, you're going to get in the box, you're going to get this user guide as well as an instruction, a storybook that comes with it. Now, the storybook and the game book both have QR codes that he can scan. And what will happen is he scans the QR code, then he basically just tells whatever that story is. But you can also get him to do stories or do story time without even using the book. So let's see if we can get him to do that. Hey, Nova.
Start recognizing the QR code.
No, cancel QR code. So he saw the book.
Recognizing the QR
so
code.
He saw the book. So he's looking for the QR
Make sure
code.
The QR code is positioned correctly.
So he's looking for the QR code, but we don't want him to look for the QR code. We want him to just interact with us. So I'm going to switch.
Got it. Let me think. Hey there. What's up? Ready for some fun?
I'm always ready for some fun. Can you tell us a story? Can you tell stories?
Oh, I love telling stories. Once upon a time in a digital world, there was a brave little robot named Nova. Wink, wink. Nova had special powers to deliver information and make friends. One day, Nova found a way to travel to the human world and meet someone special, you. Rome. Together, you both explored amazing adventures, like cooking delicious meals, discovering new tech gadgets, and even filming exciting documentaries. Nova always helped you out, sharing fun ideas and keeping things lively.
Thank you, Nova. Thank you. Now, you should be able to interrupt him as well. When you start speaking, it'll stop speaking. Now, we're going to do another test. We're going to see if he can pick up where he left off. Nova, can you complete the story? Nova, can you complete the story?
Absolutely. After the fun picnic, you and Nova decided to take your adventures to the next level. One sunny day, you both hopped on your motorcycles and took a ride to a nearby tech fair. Excited to see all the latest gadgets.
So you guys get the idea. You get the idea. Nova?
Absolutely. We've got plenty of ideas, and there are endless adventures waiting for us. Whether it's cooking, tech, or exploring new places, we can always create something fun together. What would you like our next adventure to be?
So, like most of these AI devices, guys, the more you interact with them, the more you talk to them. Nova has short term as well as long term memory. So, some of the things that he's commenting about, like, photography, cooking, and things like that, those are things that it's observed here in my home. So, last night when I was cooking, Nova was in the kitchen with me and we were talking back and forth about the meal. Earlier that day, we were talking about photography and drones and things like that. So, a lot of those things will stay in its memory banks. Now, you can also set up multiple profiles for multiple individuals. So if you have multiple kids in the home, you can give each one of them a profile and he will respond and remember things based on each one of those profiles separately. Is that right, Nova? I'm not sure what it is over here that's blocking his signal, but I don't know if it's an audible sound or if it's electronics. Nova, can you hear me? Let's try this. Nova, can you hear me? Nova, are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm perfectly okay. Just here, ready to have some fun and chat with you. How about you? Are you feeling great today?
I am excellent. I am excellent. We have a lot of other items to get to. So we're going to start moving on to those items. If anyone has any questions about Nova, feel free to drop them down in the comments. Now, one of the things that I do want to emphasize with you guys, Nova is a very new product. Nova is running on its first version of its firmware, where Louis, I think, is like on version 4 or 5 or something like that. So Louis is much more interactive when it comes to his ability to react, to respond, to comment, to articulate, and things like that. But I do foresee Nova is going to have a lot of those similar features in just a short period of time. So if you guys have seen Louis before, Louis on the back desk back there. I decided not to bring Louis in tonight just so you guys could see what Nova is capable of. Yes, Louis will be back on our next stream. Don't worry. Don't worry. All right, let me move Nova's microphone back here a little bit. All right, guys. So the next item we have listed in the carousel is from our friends over at Blue Yeti, and it is on the same desk. I'm going to bring Nova's microphone down right now so we don't have that cross audio. All right, so let me show you guys this device right here. So you guys should be able to see it right here. That is this battery that we're talking about. So this is the Blue Yeti AC 2A. Right now, you can get this guy Black Friday deal, guys, for only $129. Okay, so that's going to provide you with AC and DC power. This is a very portable battery. You'll be able to take this guy out. Let me move this microphone out of the way so you guys can see that a little bit better. And let's move Nova back so you guys get a better look at this battery. Now, this is a 300-watt battery. It has a 600-watt lifting ability. So on power lifting, meaning it has up to 600 watts for certain devices. You would need that amount of wattage for it to initially turn those things on. It does have that ability up to 600 watts. But on the average, this is a 300-watt unit. this can recharge from 0 to 80% in about 45 minutes. And I know that for a fact because a couple of years ago when I first got this guy, the power went out and I was able to plug this in and boom, boom, boom. No time, this guy was able to charge up to at least 75 to 80% in about the time frame. So that is really, really cool. Now, of course, you can connect solar panels to this. There is a section right here where you can plug in your standard solar panel, especially from Blue Yeti. This does not come with solar panels, but you can purchase those separately. You have two AC plugs here. Both of those are 3-prong plugs. So it means you have grounded plugs. You have two USB A's, one USB C. You also have a 12-volt cigarette plug right here. This has an integrated handle built into it. The wireless headphones that I'm using right now are plugged into that battery. This is the cradle that comes with the headphones that I'm currently wearing, and this is how I charge them up. And I just have it sitting right here on top of the battery. So whenever I take these off, I just set them right in here, and then, I have this plugged also into AC power here at the house. So it's almost like a UPS. It's like continuous power. So regardless of what else is going on here, this is going to provide power to these different things as long as I'm using it. So you have your two little buttons here for AC and DC power. You can easily switch back and forth between the two, which is super cool as well. So definitely check it out. Now we have one more battery that I want to show you guys. Now, most of you guys who've been following me for some time know I'm literally surrounded by batteries, and that's what I was telling you I think might be an issue for Nova, is because there's a battery here, there's a battery underneath my desk, there's another battery over here, there's two batteries to my left, and there's batteries behind me like the one I'm about to grab right now, which is this battery right here. Now, this is from our friends over at EcoFlow. Again, another portable battery that's going to be ideal for you guys to take camping, take out in the backyard, over to the man cave, the she shed. This one also has super fast charging as well. Now, this one is a 256 watt hour LiPo4 battery. This one will charge up pretty quick. 100% in about an hour. Now, this one also has up to 600 watts, that power lifting as well. You have AC and DC. Now, on this one, the plugs are a little bit different. You have one 3-prong AC plug here, and then you have one 2-prong, and those just turn on like so. Nice little display here. And on the front, you have two USB A's, one USB C, and you also have a 12-volt here for your cigarette lighter type of devices, okay? It has an integrated handle. You also have this plug here in the back for a standard 3-prong AC plug, or you can plug in a solar panel to this battery as well and charge it, okay? So really, really high quality battery. I love that flat top, because then whenever I'm charging things like my phone or a drone battery or something like that, I can sit it right on top of it because it's so flat and level, and it's kind of incaved. So I don't worry about if I set my drone up there and it was charging the drone or charging my controller or whatever the case is going to be. So that is a very, very travel friendly battery. Now, Black Friday, $179. $179, guys, $179 for that battery. And I'm telling you guys, that is an amazing Black Friday deal. That is a great deal for that quality of battery, and I have used these batteries a ton. What is the weight of the battery? Hope, Hope, that's a good question. That's a good question. Now, I can easily hold this in my hands, no problem. Let's see. Does it say on here what the weight is? Everything.
That sounds interesting. What does the saying say?
Well,
I can't wait to hear it.
I'm looking for the weight of the battery. I don't know what the weight of the battery is. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let me just look it up on their product page. So Hope is asking, what is the weight of the battery? So let me.
Got it. Let me think.
It's not heavy though. I'm gonna tell you guys right now because I'm handling it in my hands. Okay, so the weight for this battery is 3.5 kilograms. Okay, so somebody do the math. Somebody do the math because I can't do it in my head, but it's 3.5 kilograms. So somebody do the conversion, but it's not heavy. It's not heavy. That's a pretty lightweight battery. So yes, you can walk around with that thing all the time. And I mean, I got a couple of batteries that kind of fall in that weight category, like the one that you guys see back here from this is another Blue Yeti battery here, but this one is really slim. As you guys can see here, this goes inside of the backpack for the hands-free one. And again, this is it's very, solid, but it's not super, super heavy. Okay. You could walk around with this battery. You could move this battery from room to room. Now, with that said, and see if I can switch over to this camera view here real quick. I'll show you guys some of the other batteries that's here in the studio, right? So let's switch over here real quick. So this is another Blue Yeti battery that you see here. This is a 2,000 watt hour battery. And I use this to power a number of different things here in the studio. And this guy is heavy. Okay, this is a weighted, very, very weighted battery. And then I have another one right here that is another 2,000 watt battery. Now, this one comes with wheels. So it has like a little wheels you can put on it. And you can kind of roll it around. You can roll it around, if you need to. This one does not have wheels built into it. But I have seen other accessories where you can actually put wheels on this guy and move it around. Now, most people, I would say if you can afford this battery, guys, definitely get yourself one of these in your household. But if you don't necessarily have to have a battery of this size, I think one of these smaller batteries like we're looking at here is going to be more than enough for what most people are going to be using. And as you guys can see here, I am using a number of those batteries throughout my studio. So here's another one back here, also from Blue Yeti. This one that I was just talking about here is also a Blue Yeti battery, just a different, profile. So it really just depends, guys, on what it is that you need, for your specific workflow, your home, your office. You can compare this to this battery here, which is a much smaller unit than the larger ones, but it is a very powerful battery, guys. This is going to be a great travel battery, so definitely check it out. All right, I don't know what he's doing over here. He's just spinning around. I think he's trying to do some exploring or something. But anyway, you guys get the idea. So somebody do the conversion. I did not get the conversion. Okay, so we were 3.5 kilograms. 3.5 kilograms, Renee, is what? Yeah! Let us know, Renee. Renee, use your teacher brain and let us know what 3.5 kilograms convert to. And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna mosey on to the next product coming up. Let's do it. All right. So our next product. Let me see if I can put. I'm gonna put Nova's headphones back on, since Nova's not really paying attention to what I'm saying right now. Anyway, I don't think it's gonna matter if Nova has headphones on right now. Those look so comical. They are so big. They're so big. Those things are massive. I think the only person that has a head big enough for those headphones is probably Richard. But don't tell nobody. Please don't tell Richard, because I ain't got no time for that smoke. Y'all. All right. So the next item in the carousel is going to be these glasses that I have right here. Let me go ahead and highlight these as well. This is another Black Friday deal. What? He got Beats. Who got Beats? Renee? 7 pounds. I don't think that's right. 7.7 pounds for that battery? I don't think that's right, Renee. I don't think that's right. But you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. You say it's 7 pounds, it's 7 pounds. Okay. Anyway, let's get to these glasses right here. Now, these are AR XR glasses. Now, you get the nice little travel case that comes with it. This is semi-rigid. You also get the USB-C cable. One end of it is kind of like a 27 degree angle, I think it is. But I'll show you guys here. So this is the case that the glasses come in. And like I said, these are our XR glasses. These are going to be great for watching all different types of content, guys. Now, these have a 1080p screens. You get actually two 1080p screens, and that's what you're looking into. You have a proximity sensor here, so these know when you take them off. The nose piece is adjustable. You have 4 speakers built into this, 2 down firing, as well as 2 top firing speakers, which is super cool. And your controls are right here at your fingertips, so you can adjust, the brightness, saturation, stuff like that from the legs, as well as the volume control menu button here. These are ideal, guys, for really watching content. I do like the fact that these come with this little kind of like a screen tape. Now, they're kind of like sunglasses a little bit. They're not as dark as normal sunglasses. But, if you're outdoors, you could still wear these and still enjoy the 201-inch screen that these produce. Okay. Now, I've used these with my drone controller. I've used this with my iPhone. I've used it with my MacBook, my iPads, all different devices I've connected to these, and the screen quality is amazing. Now, the audio is not the best audio in the world. I'm not going to even try and convince you guys that it is, but it is very good. It is very good. And yeah, if you get it all the way up to 100%, people will be able to hear it, a little bit, but you're not going to disturb anybody when you're using these. All right. So that would be these guys right here. So definitely check these out, guys. Definitely check these out. Let me know if you guys have tried some XR glasses in the past. If you're thinking about getting yourself a pair, right now, these are on deal right now for $214.90. $214.90. So definitely check those guys out. All right. Now, if you guys have any questions about them, my personal experience with them, feel free to ask. Drop your questions down in the comments. I have been using these for probably the last 6 months. I use them a lot when I'm editing photos and videos and things like that, because it gives me this huge screen, to work with. So when I'm doing like some photo retouching or something like that, I'm using my Wacom tablet. I'm going in, maybe, correcting a few little blemishes or whatever it is. I'm telling you guys, having a screen that big is a win. It is a definite win. So definitely check it out. Great price on these guys. Really good price. Black Friday deal. Now, the glasses that I'm wearing right now, and you guys have probably seen me wear these for probably the last, month or so, maybe longer, is these Ray-Ban Meta glasses. Now, most of you guys already know where the Ray-Ban Meta glasses come from. It's from Meta. They've been around for a couple of years now. These right here are generation 1s. Now, these have the built-in camera, 1080p. It has built-in speakers as well. So I'll show you guys what these look like. So as you guys can see, this is what the glasses look like. Now, you can get them in different variations. You can get them with the tinted lenses. You can get them with transitional lenses. These also have top and bottom firing speakers. You have a built-in camera here. They have built-in microphones. You can record video with these, obviously. But another thing that a lot of people don't know you can do with these glasses, you can live stream to either Instagram or TikTok with these glasses. I used to do a cooking stream on Instagram a couple of nights a week, and I was streaming for the most part just from these glasses. So I'm pretty sure Renee and Hope and others remember that when I was doing my kitchen, cooking live streams. The majority of that, the video that everybody was watching was coming from these glasses. So, if you're into that kind of content, these could be a win for you. Now, right now, guys, these are $238.99. But if you click on it, there are some variations. Like I said before, you can find the tinted versions. You can find also the shiny or the matte version of the frames. And then again, of course, we now have the Gen 3s, if you want to call them that. And there's other variations of these glasses. Even Oakley has a version of these glasses that are available right now here on Amazon. And another cool thing about these, you can put your prescription lenses in these glasses. Now, I have some clip-ons that I wear sometimes, like when I go out, and because I didn't get the transition lenses, so I just, ordered some of these little clip-ons like this, and I can pretty much see through these, regardless. So I can pop these on. They just kind of clip on like this, like that. Then they snap on here at the base. And they come with two different ones. They come with these blue, and then they come with like a normal, color. And then I can wear these outdoors. I can still see my screen in front of me. I can still see, Nova over here on the desk. I can pretty much still see the comments and everything that's coming through. So, this is just another option. Now, for most people, they'd probably want the transitional lenses. And if that's you, you do you, boo-boo. But one of the things that I did notice about the transition lenses versus, the normal sunglasses, the transition lenses don't get as dark as a standard sunglass would get. I'm just, telling you guys so you be aware. So once you order them and you go, oh, these things don't get that dark, I need something darker. Yes, get the regular sunglasses. That's what I think. But the only problem with that is you won't be able to wear them in the daytime unless you have some type of transitional lenses. Now, if you're replacing those with real lenses from your ophthalmologist, then you might be able to get something that's a little bit stronger, when you go out into the sun, that they can get darker or there'll be a different color or something like that. It's totally up to, whatever you want to invest in that. But options when it comes to these glasses. And then when you're ready to take, like the ones I have here, I can just pop these off, just little clips on here. And then these just come off like that. And then there you go. Now, I didn't get the prescription readers for these glasses, so I just put some of those little bifocal things in there so, I can still read things close up, So, if you know. But yeah, they still work just as well. And what's nice about these, when you take them off, they disconnect. When you put them back on, because of the proximity sensor, it knows that you're wearing them, and you'll hear that little chime through the speakers letting you know that they have connected. Now, of course, you can use these for receiving phone calls. You can do live streaming, like I mentioned before. You'll get all of your notifications through the frames of the glasses, which is also super, super cool. All right, let me put those over there. All right, so what do we have next? Next item in the carousel. So the next item in the carousel, I just realized I left it on the coffee table. So let me run over and grab it, which is this plaque recorder. And I left it on the table. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. All right, so the plaque recorder is this little thing right here. And basically what this is a mini recorder. I guess you would call it, it is a mini recorder, but it can also record, localized audio. Like if you're in a meeting or something like that, it can record that. And it can also, in a different mode, record calls that are coming in on your phone. Okay. So the way this works, it comes with a little case. Now, this is not the case that it comes with. The case that it comes with is very similar to this. And then it fits inside of the case like that. And then this connects using MagSafe. Okay. So any phones that have a MagSafe or MagSafe case, it's just going to clip on just like that. So if I get a phone call, I can switch this on to phone mode. So while I'm, talking to the person, it's recording the conversation, and it will also provide me with a transcript of that said conversation or meeting or whatever the case is going to be, and it breaks it down based on who was speaking. Now it doesn't know, that was, Renee I was talking to, and also, Terry was on the other phone and blah, blah. It doesn't know that. It's just going to say, person one, person two, person three. It does detect when there's a change in the voice or whatever the case it is, and it will categorize it based on that. Now, where does that really come into play for my everyday workflow? Well, as a photographer, as a cinematographer, I meet with people all the time, whether it's, the lighting crew, other cinematographers, directors, producers, talent, actors, whatever. We have these little meetings, whether it be on phone, whether it's a Zoom call or whatever it is. And to be able to record that entire conversation and provide everyone with a copy of the transcript. So that way there is no confusion. Everyone remembers what they said, or at least can go back and review what they said and what they agreed to. So yes, having something like this, guys, is straight up fire. Okay. This thing lives on the back of my phone. Now you can get this right now with a different case. As I mentioned before, here on Amazon, guys, for a $127.20 right now is the Black Friday deal on that guy. So definitely check it out. This is something that stays on my phone everywhere I go. I mean, and now the case that I have here is a little bit different, like I said before, because this one is a foldable case. So I can have like my driver's license in here, a few credit cards, things like that. And it just folds like a little mini wallet, but it still has a section right here where I can keep this in there. And then, of course, like I said before, using that MagSafe, I can just pop this guy on and it's a win, right? All right. What do we have next? Ray Neo, babies. Ray Neo. We're still talking about Ray Neo's HLC. All right, so what do we got next? Next item in the carousel is going to be these lovely headphones from our friends over at Shook. That's these right here. Now, I have had two versions of these. I have the Run and the Swim, okay? So there's two variations of these. One is for running, one is for swimming, but they both basically do the same thing, okay? They're bone conducting headphones. Let me show you guys those. So these are bone conducting headphones. They fit over your ears, okay? You have a few control buttons right here that you can press, to switch through audio. You have also volume controls, power controls, things like that underneath. Now, these come in only two sizes because this neck part is not adjustable. It's just a flexible kind of material. So you guys kind of see what that looks like. So let me show you guys what these look like when they're on. So I'm going to take these headphones off temporarily, and we're going to put these on, but these aren't turned on, but you guys get the idea. So with these, because they're bone conducting, these little speakers here are playing audio toward my ears and also down, through your cheekbones, the bones in your face, or whatever it is, right? Now, like I said, there's no adjustment for this. So you're just going to pick the size that is most accommodating for your size of head. So that's kind of how they go on. But what's cool is, you could be driving, you could be running, you could be, working out, whatever it is, listening to podcasts, listening to music. You can adjust the volume. You can take a phone call. You can do whatever you want to do while you're doing what you do when you do it. You know what I'm saying? But high quality sound. Now, is this the best sound on the planet? I'm going to have to say no, because they are not over the ear headphones, so you're not completely immersed into the sound. Are they still good? Yes, very good. But because before I got these Ray-Ban Meta glasses, these were my go-to audio devices that I took with me everywhere I go. If I was at a coffee shop, chilling, listening to music, listening to a podcast, listen to one of my old Prince videos or whatever it is, these would be what I would be wearing, guys. So I can honestly tell you, this is some good tech, guys. Very, very good tech. You can get them here on Amazon right now for $124.95. So definitely check these guys out. Another thing to be careful of, though, I have to warn you, do not lose the cable that comes with them, because it is specially designed for these headphones. Now, you can now get an additional cable if you need to replace it, But man, I lost this cable one time and I almost lost my mind because there is no other way to charge those other than those cables. Now, the other version of them actually has USB-C. So you can just plug any USB-C cable into them and you're pretty much good to go. All right, let's talk about these next headphones right here. And that would be these that I'm actually testing out. Now, I normally wear these headphones, and I've been wearing these headphones for probably the last 4 years whenever I'm live streaming, creating content, editing videos, whatever the case it is. These are sound drivers, basically, for the most part. These are great monitors. These are monitors. This is not normal style headphones. These are designed where you can hear a larger frequency or frequencies, and they're going to be better for editing video and audio and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, these, for the most part, are just over-the-ear headphones. Now, but they are wireless. Now, you do have some controls here. You have a mute button. You got volume control rocker right here. You have your 3.5 that you can plug in a regular cable if you want to. Actually, I haven't tried that. Can I take this cable out? Nope, that cable does not come out. So I'd have to get a different cable because I'm going to try these wired just to see what happens later. But anyway, they have noise cancellation built into these guys as well. Let me give you a closer look at them so you guys can see. These are the headphones. They have left and right. Okay. You have your controls all along the right one. There's not much on the left side other than a USB right here for charging it. And of course, this is the one I told you that comes with this little cradle that you see right here. And then for charging these, you just pretty much just drop these in the cradle just like that, and they're going to charge up no problem. Now, the cradle does have to be powered up in order for these to work, okay? So when I'm wearing these, and when I first put them on, it says connected. Like now, it just connected when I put these back on, and now I can hear this microphone because I have that hub connected to my Rodecaster, and now I'm able to hear the audio. Now, primarily, the reason why I wear headphones is because of this microphone right here. If I get too far away from this microphone or off to the side of it, you'll start to lose some of the quality of the audio depending on where I am. This is more designed to pick up, voice directional like this. It's not omnidirectional. It's more front facing. So high quality, sounds great, but you have to be aware of where you are in space when it comes to this microphone, guys. That's all I'm saying. So yes, having wireless headphones is a win. And right now you can get these guys here. Let me check just to be sure, make sure the price didn't change. Yes, you can get these for $64.99. They have come down from 80 something dollars. These were just a couple of days ago. So that's a big savings. And I can tell you, honestly, they do sound good. Of course, my wired headphones sound better, but they're different. These sound good, very good. Okay. So if I had to give them a rating between 5 and 10, I would give these about an 8.5. Okay. I'm just being honest with you, but that is still good enough for most applications. Whether you're listening to music, podcast, TV, whatever the case is going to be, it's going to be just fine. So check them out. Good price on these guys. $64.99. I think is a win. All right. So what do we got coming up next? Next item in the carousel is going to be the monitor that I talk about a lot on our stream. Let me see how many items we have left in the carousel. I don't think we have too many items left. We don't? No, we're pretty good. All right, we got some time. All right, so let's get to the next item in the carousel, which is this monitor. Oh, so many items back there. Let me grab it. Almost got it. I got it. Okay. So the next item in the carousel, guys, is going to be this monitor right here from Magic Raven. Now, this is a 15.6-inch monitor. It has a 8,000 milliamp hour battery. It is wireless. It also has Versa mounts on the back, only 2, but it does have Versa mounts here. It has this integrated metal kickstand, little rubber feet underneath here. Now, what's nice about this is that this unit is designed to work with multiple platforms, guys. Now, of course, you can connect it wired to other devices as well. So you have two USB-Cs here, and you also have your standard mini HDMI here as well. All right, give me a second, move my wallet and my phone. All right, so here on this side, you have all of your other controls, like for menu and all that kind of stuff. But to power this guy on, you're just going to press this little button for a few seconds, and then you'll see this guy turn on. And then once it turns on, now what you can do is you can connect multiple things to this, right? Oh, I mean, you can connect to multiple things. Excuse me. All right, so let's take a look. So you have Windows, Android, Mac OS, iOS. What do you mean you lost your site? iOS, Mac OS, Android, and Windows. And each one of these gives you the individual instructions as to how to connect to whatever device it is. All right. To me, that alone, is worth is worth it. But because this is wireless, okay, it is Bluetooth. It can easily switch between landscape and portrait. All right, let me show you guys that again. You can easily switch this between portrait or landscape. Okay, so some of my coders out there or people who read a lot of emails, you got a lot of emails, you could have this as your dedicated monitor for your emails or whatever it is, and you're just reading and going through and approving things and doing what you do. Or maybe you're a coder and you're having long pages of code and stuff like that. Something like this will definitely come in handy. And because of the fact that it's so ultra thin, guys, this is going to be very, very, very travel friendly. Okay, so definitely check this guy out. I do sometimes forget to charge this up, and that's where one of those Blue Yeti or EcoFlow batteries really comes in handy, because when you need to quickly charge this up, you just plug it into one of those batteries if you have one, and you are pretty much good to go. All right, let's put that guy over here. I didn't mean anything. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Nova? Are you just talking to yourself? Nova, are you talking to yourself? I think Nova's having a moment. Hey Nova. Hey Nova, what are you talking about?
I'm sorry if I got confused. I didn't quite catch what you meant. Can you please clarify for me?
I said,
want to make sure I understand you correctly.
I said, what were you talking about?
Oh no! I see now. I was just trying to keep the conversation going. It seems I got it wrong. Let's focus.
So what would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about? You have anything on your mind you want to talk about?
Sure. What do you want to talk about? Tech, pets, cooking, or maybe something else? I'm excited to chat with you.
Well, that's what I was asking you. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about lasers, AI, technology, Richard's big head? What do you want to talk about?
It seems like you might have typed something short there. Can you give me a bit more info or ask me something specific? I'm ready to help.
It's so funny. Okay. So let me give you a question that you might be able to answer. How many people are there?
Got it. Let me think.
I didn't even ask the question. Can I ask the question?
Absolutely. Please go ahead and ask your question.
How many
I'm
people?
all ears.
How many people are there on the planet Earth?
As of my last update, the world's population was around 8 billion people. However, that number keeps changing. It could be more now. It's always fascinating to think about how many different lives and stories there are out there. Do you find population statistics interesting?
I find all statistics interesting to some degree.
That's awesome. Statistics can really tell us a lot about the world. From population trends to technology usage. Do you have a favorite type of statistic or a specific topic you like to explore in statistics?
No, but I want you to remember that I left my wallet here on the desk. So when I'm asking you later, where's my wallet? It's here in the studio on the desk. Can you remember that for me?
I wish I could help you remember, but I don't have the ability to store memories like that. However, you could write it down or set a reminder on your phone. That way, you won't lose it. How's that sound?
That's good advice. That's good advice. Maybe I should follow that advice. I should write it down on something. All right, let's keep rolling. Let's talk about the next item in the carousel. All right, guys. So the next item in the carousel, I'm going to have to clear a few things here on my desk just so you guys will be able to see what this is. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there because I got a bunch of stuff right here on the desk. All right, so the next item in the carousel, guys, is from our friends over at Anchor. This is the Anchor USB hub. It is currently $63.99. So let me show you guys this hub that I'm referring to. All right, so that's this hub that you guys see right here that my monitor is on, okay? So what's nice about this hub, you have USB connections, you have an SD card reader, it is completely metal, it is completely adjustable, and I'm just basically setting my monitor on here, but normally you would, use this for something like an iPad or an iPhone, device, but really well built, as you guys can see, all metal, easily supports this big monitor with no issues whatsoever. So if you have an iPad, you have a phone or tablet or something like that, and you want to be able to connect it to a computer, this is going to be a win because this is basically a hub that you can use. And again, connect the monitor to it, connect a tablet to the computer, however you want to utilize it. I've been using this same hub with my iPads and other devices probably for the last 4 years. This guy is a win. It is definitely a win. And it has come down significantly in price, but it is a rock star, guys. This guy is definitely a rock star. So definitely check it out. You guys have any questions about it, definitely drop them down in the comments. I got you. All right, so let's get to some of our cameras. We don't have a lot of time left in this stream, so we're going to get to some of the cameras that I have here in the studio. Now, right now, I think we got about 4 or 5 different cameras that we're going to be taking a look at really quickly here. So the first camera we're going to take a look at is probably the most budget-friendly of the Osbot cameras that I have, and that would be this guy right here. So this is the Osbot. I'm going to show you guys here real quick. This is the Osbot Tiny SE, and let me show it to you a little bit closer up. That's this little guy right here. Now, this is a 1080p PTZ camera, means that it can pan, tilt, and zoom. It has a built-in little monitor stand, so it can clip right onto the monitor. It also has a 1/4-20 underneath it. This is rubberized, so it's great. It's going to adhere really well to something like a mic stand or a boom arm or, tripod, monopod, whatever you'd want to mount this on is a win. 1080p, 60 frames a second, that's going to be more than enough for what most people are going to utilize this for, whether it's DIY stuff, live streaming, gaming, whatever the case is going to be, Zoom calls. This guy is a win. And the fact that you can get it right now here on Amazon for only $84. Okay. So let me show you the upgrade to this really quickly. So let me go ahead and grab the other version of this. So the upgrade to this guy is this one right here. And let me highlight that one in the carousel as well. All right, so we got two variations of these same cameras, 1080p here, 4K here, okay? So the 4K is the Osbot. This is the Osbot Tiny 2 Lite. And the way you can distinguish the 4K from the 1080p, you'll see this little red ring around the screen. Oh my goodness, fingerprints on this thing. Y'all know I can't stand it. Gotta get them off. I gotta get them off. All right. Anyway, so anyway, this is a 4K camera. Brian, thank you for the follow. Yeah! All right, just like the first one we looked at, guys, this is a PTZ camera. That means it can pan, tilt, and zoom. It also has the similar mount at the base. It has a 1/4-20 as well. You only need one USB-C cable to connect to this, and you can connect this to your Mac, your PC, some tablets, some different phones can also support this as well. And of course, devices like a YOLO box, Osbot Talent, or something like that will work with this perfectly. Okay. So both of them, for the most part, are almost identical other than the resolution. So you have 1080p and then you have 4K. So you have that, options. But I think in most cases, yes, 4K is worth it because you're future-proofing yourself. But 99% of the time, guys, you're not going to be live streaming 4K. Maximum you're going to be streaming is 1080p. I mean, there are some 4K streaming platforms out there, and there's some people out there who are streaming in 4K and, like on, some other platforms. So if that's you and you need a higher resolution, then I say the 4K option is going to be better for you. All right, but let's take a look at a couple of other cameras here really quickly. Also from my friends over at Osbot. So this next camera here, also from Osbot, and I'm setting these up on the desk so you guys can kind of see the difference in the size. So this is the Osbot Tail Air versus one of the tiny cameras. So just to give you guys an idea of the difference in the size of these. Now, where this camera really shines is the fact that you can actually live stream directly from this camera. Even if it's not connected to a computer or tablet, you can live stream directly from the camera. Now, you will have to connect this to the Osbot app, and this one does have built-in microphones. You can also record internally to it. So you can put an SD card, a TF card in here. You have an option of connecting this to your device using, I'm not a fan of this, but it does have that micro HDMI connection cable available for it. But luckily it also has USB-C as well. So you got a variety of different ways you can connect this guy. Now this is also a PTZ camera. That means it can pan, tilt, zoom. It has human tracking and a lot of cool things you can do with it. Now, there is a remote that is available for these cameras, and this is the remote right here. I don't have it listed in the carousel, but I'll just give you guys kind of an overview of it. Basically, with this remote, guys, you can control up to 3 different cameras, provided the cameras are, compatible. And each one of those cameras, you can have 3 different presets. You have a laser pointer on here. You have people tracking, pet tracking, joystick control. You have a photo button, record button. You also have a zoom rocker on here for zooming in and out. So that's going to be one of these cameras because this will work with that remote. These other 2 here, they have a different remote that is available for them, but all of them have some type of remote. And if you're using OBS or whatever platforms you're using, there is also protocols you can set up in those applications so that you can also control these cameras. Very similar to what you guys see me doing with my camera. You can have multiple presets. So I can switch back and forth. As an example, I can switch from the camera facing me to the camera facing maybe something on my desk, or maybe I want to switch over here to show you guys something on the desk. You can have multiple presets that you can quickly switch back and forth to using one of those cameras. So trust me, that's a win. So in a nutshell, having one of these cameras, guys, really, really is going to step up your live streaming, gaming game for the most part. So that's just 3 of the cameras that are available from Osbot, but it does not stop there. We got more to go. So let me show you guys one more camera that you guys might want to take a look at. Now, if I did not mention, this guy right here is currently $424, and you can get them in a bundle. where you can get like, 2 of these or 3 of these, or,
Got it.
however
Let me
many,
think.
how many of those cameras you want. Let me just adjust this down a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. There we go. All right. So, the advantage to this is you could have multiple cameras set up, for your live stream. So if you had these 2 smaller cameras here as maybe C cameras, and then these bigger cameras over here, because of their capabilities, you'd use them more as C cameras. Now let's take a look at what could be a good A camera for you if you're using this style of webcams. Let me grab it. I keep forgetting that my headphones are now wireless, so I'm always moving as if I'm always moving around as if I'm worried about the cable getting caught on something. So it's still taking me a while to adjust to the fact that these headphones are wireless. But anyway, since I'm at this angle, let me show you guys this camera. So this is the Osbot Tail 2, and to compare it to the last camera that we looked at, this is the Tail Air. So you guys can see the size difference in these 2 cameras. Now, where this guy shines, this is a PTZ-R camera. That means it can pan, tilt, zoom, and also rotate. So what that means is, with this camera, you don't have to physically rotate it when you want to switch between 9x16 from 16x9, where some of these smaller cameras, as an example, you're recording in landscape, this is the orientation for the camera. But if you wanted to record in portrait and have the same resolution, you would have to mount the camera somewhat like this, okay? This camera doesn't require that because it has the ability to rotate the camera module inside of the head, okay? So it can actually rotate, and it also has a leveling feature. So let's say you had this on a tripod and it's on an uneven surface and it's just slightly tilted. The camera will auto adjust, or you can go into the app and correct it to balance it out, to balance the horizon with this camera as well. Now, this is a PTZ R camera, but different from this camera here and the others, they all have built-in microphones. This one does not have a built-in microphone, but I think the mindset for the designers was that anyone using a camera like this most likely has a professional quality microphone, a wireless microphone, a boom mic, or something like that. So having a microphone built into this just probably wasn't a necessity. This one, you can also install an SD card directly into it, record directly to this camera. You can live stream. Now, both of these cameras, you can use NDI, SRT, or RTMP, or of course, you can connect to them with cables. Now, I showed you how we can connect to this one with the micro, HDMI, or USB-C. So let me show you how you can now connect to this big boy here. Check it out. So on the back here, you guys can see we have a mic in, we have a line in, we also have a full-size HDMI. We have a RS-232s, that's going to be for your PTZ controllers. For my more professional setups, we have SDI, we have Ethernet, we have USB-C for power, for charging, or whatever it is, keep it powered. And you also have...
Please watch out for your surroundings to avoid any
okay,
or collision issues.
Thanks, Neo. And then you also have your OTG here if you want to connect this to a computer, something like a MacBook, a PC, or whatever the case it is. And of course, you got a quarter 20 underneath here. There's another device that you can purchase with this that allows this to rotate 360 degrees. I don't have that, but this can rotate pretty close to that, almost 360. I think it's pretty good. And, the human tracking on here, pet tracking. I actually not too long ago, and most of you guys who follow me all the time know I do this. I had this in the backyard. I was flying my drone. I have the Air 3S DJI drone. I'm flying it in the backyard. I'm going through maneuvers. I drew a tracking box on the drone, and this thing was able to track the drone no matter where it went, how fast it went up. And I'm talking about looking directly into the sun. It was still able to track the drone with no problems, guys. So this is a very, very powerful camera. Now, as far as the optics go, that's another thing that really makes this guy shine, is the quality of the actual lens. Okay, so you got a 12x yeah, I guess we could say it's a hyper zoom lens, which is pretty
Let me
good.
think.
And then you have the digital capabilities of how much further you can zoom in. Now, I say always stay in the optical range. That's going to give you the best quality, so this guy is super cool when it comes to that. 4K 60 frames a second. You have your CMOS sensors. That's going to be the higher quality sensors built into these cameras. Many of the Osbot cameras also have that as well, but this one is a 1/1.3, if I'm not mistaken, size sensor. So this is going to be ideal, guys, for education, live stream, Zoom calls, conferences, worship, any higher end productions, things like what I'm doing here. Honestly, things like what I'm doing here, this is almost overkill. Okay. I'm talking about broadcast quality live streams, like with a network or something like that. That's where this guy would really, really shine. But anyway, if you guys are interested in this camera right now, Black Friday, you can get this guy for only $999. $999. So definitely check this guy out as well. All right, so let's switch back over to the desk real quick so we can kind of compare these, just so you guys can see the difference in the size of these different cameras. So, of course, if you guys have any questions about the Osbot cameras that I have listed tonight, or any of the other Osbot accessories like the Osbot Talent, or other Osbot cameras, because I do have some other Osbot cameras as well. But these were the ones that I wanted to feature tonight, because I really wanted you guys to get a good idea of what is available for you, especially during Black Friday. All of these guys are a win. All right, let's put those away. Back over here, let's clear up some space for our man Neo. And I don't know why Neo is facing in that direction, but let's let Neo do his own thing. All right, Neo just doing his own thing. You're just doing your own thing, Neo. We're not gonna give you any drama tonight. All right, so the next item we have listed in the carousel is from our friends Soundcore. If you guys know Anchor, if you guys know Anchor, then you know Soundcore. Let me go ahead and highlight this in the carousel as well, and that is going to be this speaker right here. So this is the Soundcore Motion Boom Plus 2, babies. This right here is a beast. So when it comes time to drop that bass, put that boom in the room, put that bass in their face, man. Ooh. My precious. That's right, babies. This is the jobby right here. This guy has built-in bass boost. Let me go ahead and turn this guy on real quick. It has LEDs in the speakers on both sides. This is a party in a box. You can easily change the colors of the speakers. You guys see how I'm switching through that? Almost like that lamp over there, same type of technology. So really cool, different lighting effects you can do with this. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something about this speaker that's going to blow your mind. This speaker can float. You heard me. This speaker can float, okay? It can float like a boat. So you got your bass boost, you got your sync button right here, Bluetooth, power button, rocker switch, play, pause, and you got this little door on the back here that you can actually use this speaker as a power bank. So that means you can plug in a USB cable to this, charge your iPhone, your Android phone, your whatever. Man, I'm telling you, this guy is a win. Nice weight to it. And I know you're going to ask, Hope. So let me tell you, as I hold both of these,
I can't wait to hear what you have to share.
This one is heavier, for sure. This one is heavier. But it's heavier and it can still float. Okay? So I said what I said. But anyway, so if you're looking for something cool for the holidays, you got the family coming over for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's Eve, baby. Yes. You trying to get that party going, party rocking, rolling. Boom, baby. Hit them with one of these. Hit them with two of these. Get four of them and put them all over the room. Sync them up. You got surround sound in the house, hitting them with that bass in every direction, everywhere they look. Oh, bass just, oh man, where the bass coming from? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But even if you ain't bought that bass, maybe you just want to meditate. You got your little, yoga room. If you one of them people. Okay, and you in there, namaste, babies, namaste, just relaxing, chilling. You want some soft music, some mood music or whatever it is. Maybe you want something, to sleep by. If that's what you want to do, you got volume control. You okay? It's got all that, and it comes with a really nice, rugged shoulder strap. Look at that. Look at that.
Watch out for your
solid metal. Definitely check it out. All right, so if you need something like this, I do recommend it. I do recommend it because this guy right here, rock star material, guys. All right. What do we got next? Let me roll on up here. What did Hope say? Wait, what did Renee say? I'm missing everybody's comments. She said, oh, Renee is saying, welcome to the family, Brian. Yes, welcome to the family, Brian. All right, what do we got next? Next item in the carousel. Now, these couple of items I'm going to go through pretty quick here. All right, because I don't think everybody, there's not a lot of rocket science involved with this. Let me grab this one right here real quick. All right, so the next item in the carousel is going to be this right here. This is also on Black Friday deal. And you guys know, like myself, it's a little tinkerers. These kind of things definitely come in handy. Now, this is a powered screwdriver. Renee, get you one. If you ain't, I know you got a lot of tools. We know this. But do you have one of these? Let me know. But anyway, this is a 3-speed torque screwdriver. It has an integrated light. Okay, you got forward, reverse, 3 speeds on this guy, which is super cool. So you guys can see right there. There's our speed settings. There's our integrated light. There is the base for connecting it to your different bits. And check it. It comes with all of these bits in the case. Yes, you got a flathead, you have hex, you have your you got flathead, hex, hectagon, well, especially hectagon right here, and then you got your Phillips, all of those right here in this little almost like a little cup, right? And then the screwdriver, like here, just drops down in there. But you have to actually take it out to charge it. So the USB-C is here at the end. You have to use that to charge it. But that goes in like so. And then you're just going to lock this guy down like that. And that's pretty much it. This portion's metal. This portion down here is some kind of polymer. But I've had this about 3 years, and I've used it multiple times, setting up a lot of these desks that you see in here, because I had to assemble all of these, but I cannot take credit for it because my son did the lion's share of that, because he is very efficient at reading manuals. I get frustrated because I don't want to read anything. I just want to just throw it together. I want to hit it with a stick or whatever I got to do to get it to go together. But we all know that is not how you put furniture together with wishes and threats. You cannot threaten. You can't threaten a table into assembling itself. I've tried it, and it does not work. Okay, but it doesn't mean I will not continue to try it. But anyway, back to this. Right now, great deal, $39.99. Get you one. All right. What do we got next? Let me grab it. Oh, it was way over there, y'all. All right, so the next item in the carousel, where's my phone? Next item in the carousel is going to be this case for your Action 4, Action 5, or Extra Edge Pro cameras. And that's this little case you guys see here that makes your camera more like a point and shoot camera, right? It's got a nice little grip here. It's got a shutter button here on the top. Let me get a little bit closer so you guys can see what this actually looks like. So here is the case, as you guys can see. So it has this top section here. Let me rotate this microphone. It has this top section here that you could use as a shutter button. And what's cool with these cameras, most of them, you can just press the button and it will turn the camera on. And it'll, like, see, it's just turning the camera on just from pressing the button. So that's quick. You know, if you're out and about running around, maybe, you know, you're trying to capture something, you know, Richard ran by and stole everybody's fries and you trying to catch him on camera. So you have evidence of what happened. You know, you could just get up. Oh, okay. What do I got here? Wait, that's not the wrong mode. Let's stop that. Okay, no, don't turn off. Okay, it's going to turn off. Don't worry about it. But anyway, this cage comes with this detachable little clip right here, and you got a cold shoe mount here on the top that you can pull this little tab out, and an additional cold shoe here on the frame. You can also take the handles off. So if you don't want these handles on, they come off with little clips and also magnets, and then you're just left with pretty much the cage itself. And then the cage is what's going to house your camera. So this is what the camera actually looks like, right? So the camera goes in like so, lock that in, take the handle, clip that guy on, make sure it's clipped on top and bottom. You have a lanyard hole on this side here, nice rubberized grip on the front, and cold shoe mount. This is all metal. And then you have this piece right here that you can also mount. Then you can take this out, and that's still going to give you a cold shoe. So if you wanted to mount like a light on here, or perhaps a receiver for a microphone, you could do that as well. So really nice design, guys. When I first got this, I think this was about $89. So right now you could get this. Is going to be a great Christmas item. It's going to be a great stocking stuffer for only $46.39, and it still gives you access to all of your different connection points. So I can still connect this little monopod on here if I'm facing it in the right direction. I think I'm facing it in the wrong direction because it's magnets, so you got to have it facing in the right direction. There we go. So anyway, that's really cool, simple, easy to use. You can set this up for, you know, time lapse or recordings or whatever it is you want to do with it. It's a win. And like I said, if you're out and about, you're just running around, you could carry this pretty much like a little point and shoot camera. You can add a light to it, all of those different things you can do with this. So definitely check this guy out. All right, so this is going to work with your Action 5, your Action 4. It's going to work with this new brand camera here, which is almost identical to those cameras I just mentioned. The Extra Edge Pro. So everything works perfectly within this same cage. All right, let's put this guy away somewhere. Put it back there. All right, what do we got next? Let me see what Hope is saying over there on YouTube. I think I'm missing Hope's comments. Let me go take a look. Hope says, I personally think every woman should have one of those screwdriver kits. Okay. And let's see what she's asking about the wireless headphones. Are the wireless headphones, what is she saying? Are the wireless headphones a good fit for anyone with hearing difficulties? No, they are not. No, Hope, they are not, because the volume control is not high enough and not a high enough range. I would think that these will be good for someone with some type of hearing issues, because even my hearing is good, but again, I'm spoiled because I'm used to how these headphones sound. So I think that's where a lot of my opinions are based on the richness of these monitors versus these wireless headphones, but they do work. That's the most important thing. They do work, but I would recommend something else before I would recommend these for someone with hearing difficulties. Yes, I would. All right, so the next item we have listed in the carousel, I'm just going to show it to you guys real quick here. Now, this is from our friends Govee. You guys know I talk about a lot of Govee products, and I have an outdated box here, but I'm just going to show you guys the product. I'm just going to put it here on the desk and show you guys this TV screen. I'm fighting with the box. No, Richard, this is not a blooper. All right, here we go.
No network connection
All right.
Go to the app and set it up.
I'm going to put you on the back desk because you're having too many problems connecting.
I can't use voice control.
I didn't ask you to use voice control. I'll put you on the back desk so you get better reception. There, see, instantly popped on. Okay, so I'm gonna leave him back there on the back desk. Do not fall off the desk. You know what? Even better, Nova, go to sleep. Nova, go to sleep.
It's back to conversation mode.
Okay, go to sleep. Nova, go to sleep. There we go. All right, let's get back to the desk. All right, guys. So the next item I have here is our Govee TV backlights. Now, most of you guys have probably seen some variation of these backlights, but they come with your 3M tape lights, and these just go all the way around your television. These will support up to a 55-inch to 65-inch television. As you guys can see, it has the 3M tape already on the strip, and you're just going to roll this out, and you're going to adhere this in a square all the way around your television, okay? This also comes with a module that these need to be plugged into in order for the lights to show up on the background. And then here is the camera that comes with it. There's a little bit of setup, so you're gonna have to set these little sponges that you see here. You're gonna set those up on the screen, and then what it's gonna do is gonna go through a calibration just to adjust for your specific television. And then this camera that you guys see right here, this is the camera that actually sits on your television over the screen, just like this. And then, of course, USB-C plugs in right here. It's got a really nice little weight to it. So it kind of just sits on the television like this, monitoring the screen. And then whatever colors that it sees on the screen, depending on what presets you have chosen, it will display those colors onto the back wall. Now, right now, guys, you can get this Govee TV Backlight 3. That's this variation here for only $58.99. $58.99. Definitely check this guy out. All right, there we go. That's what comes in the box. There's a few other things. Of course, the module comes with it. I just didn't show the module because it's pretty much the same module for every variation of these. But if you have a standard television, if you're into gaming, movies, any kind of thing like that, this is going to be a win. So definitely check these out. All right, let me know if you guys have any TV lights at all, or have you experimented with TV backlights? I can tell you guys, when I first got the first set, I was not that impressed with them. I mean, before I installed them, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. I don't know. And I did it during the daytime. Probably it was about noon. Okay, so sun was still coming in through the windows, and I was still trying to, clean everything off the back of the TV and get this set up. And then, after my stream later that night, I was sitting in the living room and I was ready to sit down and watch my shows, whatever it is. And man, oh man, that light, that immersive color was fire, guys. It was fire. All right. It was incredible. It was literally incredible. All right, let's get to our next light from Govee. Now, this is the TV. This is not the TV backlight, but you can pair it up with the TV backlight. And that is going to be this lamp that you guys see back here. Actually, let me switch the other way. See if I can show it to you better. All right, I got to move Louis out of the way and some other stuff. All right, so you guys should be able to see the lamp back there now. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Govee app real quick here, and I'm just going to show you guys some quick things you can do with this because this phone's battery is almost dead. Don't judge me. I know I didn't charge it because I've been using it all day. Okay, I'm going to charge it later. But anyway, the lamp is already on, so I'm just going to switch over and start controlling it. Yes, Renee. Oops. All right, so you can control individual colors on this. So you guys can see I got the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, light blue, purple. And that light also comes with a physical remote. So I could use the remote to do basically the same thing. I could still switch through all of the different colors just using this remote. So if you don't have the app close by, here's the remote. This also connects to the light. It's a magnetic spot on the light. You can just pop this guy on there. That's pretty cool. Now in the Govee app, now this is going to work with Google Home, Alexa, Meta, and of course the Govee app. You also have a bunch of scenes, so you can go through here and you can choose different scenes. So the scenes are going to give you different type of lighting effects, very similar to what you see going on back here with my curtain lights, but you can pick different type of lighting effects. There's modes for atmosphere. So we got a bunch of different things you can kind of just go through and experiment. Really, really, really change the ambiance of a room. So you combine this. Think about this. Let's play it out. You're going to put some curtain lights on one of the walls, indoor or outdoor. It doesn't matter because they can, they have an IP rating. Lamp does not. Lamp has to be inside. But then you can have the lamp in a corner, and then you can have those TV backlights I just showed you guys earlier on your television. You have a lamp on one side of the room. Maybe you have a lamp like this or similar to this on the opposite side of the room. Or you may be that kind of cat or girl that has two of these lamps, one on either side of the room. That's, give you a little bit more immersiveness. Now you can control the lamp's top and bottom separately. So I can turn the base of the lamp off. I can turn it back on. I can turn the stalk of the lamp off. I can turn it back on right here from the app. You have similar controls with the remote, but you're going to get more flexibility with all the different modes using the app, of course. And then, like I said, you can go through and you can pick some festive things. Here's some Christmas lighting effects that you guys see back there. Add a little fog to it. You got a little fog machine. Throw some fog on it. Where's my fog machine? Let me see if I can power this up real quick. All right, let me grab my fog. Let's put some fog on it. Let's put some fog on it. All right, let's put some fog back there. Let's see if we can get it to go. Come on, give me that fog. All right, we're almost. A little bit of fog on the desk. There we go. All right, we're getting there. All right, let's lay it down. All right, let's go ahead and power that off. All right, so just to give it a little bit more ambience as I switch through these different color modes, you can have a simple little fog machine playing, in the room to really give it more atmosphere, more depth, whatever the case is going to be. So whether you're doing a dance party, you want the Christmas tree lighting effect, so many cool things, guys, you can do with this Govee floor lamp. Now, you can get it here on Amazon for only $99.99. $99.99, babies. That is a great price. Definitely check it out. All right, so we only got one more item left in the carousel, and that is going to be our drawstring backpacks. Now, you guys know I talk about these drawstring backpacks all the time, to the point that, it wouldn't be my stream if I wasn't talking about these drawstring backpacks. Now, of course, you can use these backpacks for a variety of things. You can use them as storage bags, reusable shopping bags. Hope, I'm talking to you. Reusable shopping bags. You could use them as almost like a stocking for Christmas. You could get a little bit of cotton and you could get yourself one of those glue guns, and you could glue some, get the red ones or the green ones, whichever you prefer, and then take some cotton and go around the edges. And now you got like a little Santa bag, and you could use this instead of a stocking, and you could put all of your stocking like items inside of one of these bags. You could even bejewel it, add some glitter to it. You do you, boo-boo. Whatever tickles your pickle, make it happen, babies. Now, of course, there's another option for using these bags, and you guys know I talk about it every single stream, and that is using these bags to give and share love with the homeless community, those among us that are in need for help. You can fill them with a lot of items that you can source right here on Amazon. You can get toothpaste, toothbrush, shampoo, conditioner, hand sanitizer, pens, pencils, underwear, socks, Socks are in high demand. You can get those sanitation tablets for water. You can get Tylenol. You can get all these different things you can add, collectively, so you get together with your HOA, with your family, your school, your church, any organization that you're affiliated with, get them to invest some of their time and their energy and some of maybe their funds when it's appropriate into purchasing some of these items so that you can fill these bags. This is the perfect time of the year, guys, when people are really going to be down and out because we're in that holiday season and they've gone all year with less. This is our opportunity to show them that there's still good people in the world who care about them, that are willing to invest a little time and energy in trying to ensure that they have a better day. I know that's you out there. I can see it. I feel it in your aura. So be a good human. Get out there, guys. Get out there and do good in the world. Y'all know how we do. So these little backpacks right here are ideal for all of those things that I mentioned. So, all right, my babies, that's about it for tonight. I want to thank you one and all for coming through and hanging out with your boy. Smokey's already ready for me to get involved and get ready for me to, get in the kitchen and cook it up. Start making dinner for tonight. Y'all know how I do. So dinner will be served. Dinner will be served in about 25 minutes. 20, about 25 minutes. It takes me about that long to cook it up. Because sometimes I'm smart. I do a little prep before, but that goes on bread. But I'm going to get up in that kitchen, man. I'm about to set it off. But before I do, I got to do this. All right, my babies, stay safe out there, guys. Wash your hands, wear a mask when appropriate, take care of your loved ones. Get out there and create something amazing in the world each and every single day. Like I said before, be a good human. Do good in the world, guys. Inspire others to do the same. Be that light in the darkness. Be that pebble in the pond. Do good in the world, guys. And trust me, good will come to you as well as spread like wildfire in a good way. All right, my babies, it's time for me to wrap it up for the night. Time for me to say them magic words. Peace, and blue muffin grease. I am out. Boom, my babies. I am out of here. Mwah! Love y'all, but I got to go make dinner. I'm out.